All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Felipe Piedra. I'm your principal here at Liberty High School. Obviously, I'm not here at Liberty High School. I'm at home, but I want to thank you and welcome all of you for joining us here today. Just letting you know the format, we'll do a little bit of introductions. Again, introduce ourselves as far as who we are, kind of what's going on currently in the world of our high school, and kind of give you some quick updates. And then we want to open it up to some question, answers, comments, and suggestions to our parents and to our community members here at large, as far as if anything that we can address or any of your concerns or any questions as far as what they may be. So again, I'll go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for being here. I did want to let you guys know that currently we are at work. We are planning away. We are watching our, obviously COVID positivity rates decline pretty rapidly over the last few weeks. And so it's kind of given us a glimmer of hope that an opportunity to open will happen pretty soon. For those of you guys that don't know, we are just waiting so we can get into the red and to drop down one tier. Once we are able to do that and drop down a tier, we have to remain in that tier, that red tier, for a minimum of 5 days. And once we can do that, we plan on opening. And so just so you guys know, my plan for reopening will be going for a public discussion at the school board meeting here on Tuesday. So if you wish to tune in at that point, that document will be shared live as far as our reopening plan. And so we can kind of discuss that with you guys as well. And just to give you guys a quick update as far as what it would look like, right now, currently under the red tier, we could come back in with the condition that I show we have to have social distancing in class. And so my plan moving forward is, and I'm going to present to the school board is, would be able to have 50% of our kids on campus on specific days. And that would be a Tuesday through Friday type of format. And your kids would be able to come to school twice a week in person for an entire school day. All right, so I want to keep them there from basically 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon is pretty much what it's going to be pretty close to. The goal being to get them somewhat of a normal school day as opposed to just a partial day. And so they'd be able to visit all their teachers and visit all their classrooms. But again, it would be at 50% capacity, and then they would have lunch with us on campus as well, is my plan moving forward. So I just want to let you guys know that we are committed to that. And I really do look forward to the opportunity to having your kids on campus as honestly as well as mine. For those of you guys that don't know, I have a freshman and I have a senior, and I'm kind of looking forward to the day that we can all get back on campus and have some sense of normalcy and having our kids kind of walk through a school day. So again, that information is coming forward, and so just want to let you guys know that we are here advocating for your kids. I'm trying to make sure we can do everything for them in the meantime. And in the meantime, obviously, if you guys have any questions or concerns, I encourage you guys to reach out to me. Again, I will put my information out there for anyone that would like it. I'm going to include my email and cell phone number for anyone that wants to get a hold of me. And if you have any questions, concerns, please feel free to contact me. I am available pretty much. I try to be as available as possible. Obviously, there's certain times where I do put my phone away like everybody else. But for the most part, throughout the day and the evening, you guys can find me and get a hold of me should you have any questions. And I do try to get back to everyone as quickly as possible. Okay. So thank you and welcome you. And at this point, I will turn it over to my assistant principal, Mrs. Osborne.
Hi, my name is Candace Osborne, and I will also put my email address and my cell number in the chat. So you're welcome to contact me also. I just have a couple things that we're going to be doing. First and foremost, please, if you have any questions about high school, high schoolers, our schedule, sports, whatever, contact us. Don't rely on Facebook or social media or anything else for any information. It's always better just to call us. Reach out to the high school and say, I need to talk to someone. And if you don't remember our numbers, but reach out to the high school and we will call you back or email you back or whatever. Information is key right now and even if I tell you something today, it could be different tomorrow because that's just the way we roll right now. And one thing will happen and it changes the next day. And so that's kind of where we are. We appreciate all of you. We miss our kids so much. We do have cohorts starting on Monday. So we have, I think it was 14 different cohorts coming in with a variety of kids for different reasons that are coming in. So we're kind of excited about those kids coming on campus. We will finally have some movement on campus. So we're moving in the right direction. We are hoping to only have cohorts for 2 to 3 weeks, and then we'll be back in person in a hybrid model. So we're excited about movement at all, any movement. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, I will put my information down the chat, and you are welcome to contact me. Let's go with Albert.
Good evening. My name is Albert Pondo. I'm the 11-12 counselor here. Just a couple announcements that I have just to share if I have any senior parents here. If you have not received my Parent Square notification, we started our local scholarship program, and we currently have between 20 and 30 scholarships for senior students. If you would like a copy of that, a list of the scholarships and a link to the scholarship drive, I'll put my email address below on the chat, and just please email me, let me know. Also, if you have any students taking AP exams, that's going to look a little bit different this year. There actually are 3 administration dates. The first one is May 3rd through the 17th, which is the regular date for AP exams, and that's only for in school. And then the administration 2 is May 18th to the 28th, and that's a combination of students taking exams in school or also at home. And then the third administration is going to be June 1st through the 11th. And so we'll be sending out a form, a Google form for the students who are taking an AP class to see what their preference is, if they want to do it at home or in school. And then we'll take that information and start some planning for them to take those exams. We can do individual exams. So if certain students, half class wants to take it in school and half class wants to take it at home, we can accommodate that. Okay, we'll start doing that in March. And so we'll talk more about graduation, or you want me to hit that now, Mr. Piedra? Okay, so graduation, our tentative date right now is June 1st. But again, there's still no mass gatherings. And so we're hoping to have it sometime, as soon as we can around our tentative date of June 1st. We're looking at having it as we did last year. We brought in tables and allowed each student to have 8 tickets. And honestly, I know people have different opinions, but I really enjoyed it because it made it more personable. And we heard some pros and cons of people who enjoyed it, people who rather have the mass, everyone there. But we're limited to what we can do right now. But we will, starting May 7th, be doing a virtual graduation. And as we did last year, and having students come in and we'll have a professional photographer there taking pictures. Students will give us a little bit script of things they'd like to say, their accomplishments, who they'd like to give a shout out to, and parents will be able to come and take pictures with the students. So it'll be aired on Channel 18 PBS. I think Mr. Chance, you said it on June 4th. Is that correct? Okay, so it'll be airing around June 4th. So we look forward to that, and to many, hopefully more activities. So grad night, hopefully that'll be available for our students to go do towards the end of May. Okay, so if you have any questions, please email me. Mr. Grossman.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Nice to hear and see from you. Just a couple of quick updates. I am the 9th and 10th grade counselor. I went into the current 9th grade classes today to help start signing students up for their classes for next year. So if we have any 9th grade parents or 10th grade parents, I'll be visiting Mr. Faramisco's class next week. We are already ramping up for next year. Hopefully we'll be on campus, but I really want to encourage you to, sit down with your student, review the presentation. It's posted on the counseling website that I gave today, as well as be a part of the process to help select your students' courses, talk about their goals for college and occupation after high school. I know it's still very early on for the 9th and 10th graders, and we don't want to pressure them too much, but the sooner we find out what exactly they want to do, the quicker we can start putting a game plan together to help them reach their goals. So that's all I have. Please feel free to contact me via email or by phone. We can set up a Zoom or Google Meet, whatever you're most comfortable with. Thank you so much.
Want me to go next? All right.
Yeah, we'll pass it over to you, Mike. Sorry, I ruined the transition there.
No worries. No worries. My name is Mike Nolte. I'm the athletic director here at Liberty High School. I just want to echo Ms. Osborne's comments on, if there's ever any questions, things you don't understand. There's a lot I don't understand right now, but I do my best to try to decipher all the information that comes my way. But please, I'm going to put my email and cell phone in the chat as well. So please feel free to, send me an email, give me a call, so I can try to answer any questions that you might have. As far as athletics go here at Liberty High School, we've been open for practices for all sports since January 4th. We did shut it down over the winter break and over the Thanksgiving break. But over the summer and in the fall, we were open for practice for all sports. Now, with that doesn't mean all sports practiced. A lot of the coaches were waiting to see what dates would come out for their seasons, and a few sports got moved to the spring that are typically in the fall. So there's a lot of different dates there that come into play as far as when practices should start and will start. There's a few practicing now. There's going to be more in the coming weeks, so that will definitely ramp up. We don't have any word on football season or a volleyball season as of yet. Cross country is currently the only other sport that we have that is running right now. They do have a meet at Liberty tomorrow. And then the other sports, baseball and softball, can compete in the red tier, which it looks like I'm very, very optimistic that will happen. The orange tier sports are football, soccer, and volleyball. Volleyball and football being fall sports, those windows are starting to close, but there's still hope for those shortened seasons. And then soccer obviously is going to start up here pretty quick as well. So, and then with basketball and wrestling, they're yellow tier sports as of right now. They're typical winter sports, and technically they're in season right now, but obviously can't do anything because they're in the yellow tier and we're still in the purple in our county. So with that, there's a lot of if everything opens up at some point, there's going to be a lot of overlapping. The CIF did clarify with the California Department of Health that kids can play multiple sports at the same time. So that was good news, a step in the right direction. And I'm hopeful that we'll get some information in the coming days for any adjustments to the current California Health Department plan via CIF and all of that. So again, if you have any questions, please email me, call me. My door's open for you. I want our kids back and on the fields just like all of you do.
Oh, hey, Mike, can I just bring up real quick? Can you clarify something for me just so they can see how fast things change? We had a time period, and how long was that time period where kids could not play more than one sport?
Yeah, thanks, Candace. The California Department of Health came out with guidelines on December 15th. And basically, when we came back on January 4th, it was made clear to us via CIF that kids could only participate in one cohort at a time. Therefore, all the multi-sport athletes would have to choose what sport they're going to play. And with all these overlapping seasons and with the amount of athletes that we share, that obviously caused, some concern and could have caused a big problem. And then 2 weeks later, CIF kept pushing the California Health Department for clarification on that, and finally heard back from them that that was a recommendation, not a mandate. So then CIF put out a statement that said, kids can participate in multiple cohorts. Therefore, the multi-sport kids could do more than one thing.
And the only reason I wanted to tell that was because our information changes, day by day, week by week. And that's a case in point. I mean, that was crazy for us to have to tell those kids they couldn't play more than one sport and then turn around and go, oops, now you can. So that's the information that we get. So and that's why I'm saying, if you have any questions, call us and we can give you the most up-to-date information that you have. Yes. So Mr. Piedra, do you want to, anybody else have questions?
Just on that same, topic there, as we're talking about change, just so you guys know, everything we're hearing and seeing from social media, whatnot, we're expecting another announcement from the governor that could make all the information we give you right now obsolete here within the next, 12 to 18 hours. So just kind of know that we're expecting that announcement at some point tomorrow morning. I guess he's promised certain groups to make an announcement regarding youth sports potentially. But again, we've kind of been told that this announcement could have come last week as well. So we're just kind of looking at that, and really just, to kind of put everything on the table, what we're looking at is we are hoping the governor adopts the new federal guidelines that have been issued out by CDC. If the governor were to adopt those guidelines, we could open school within a matter of days and not a matter of weeks. And that's really what we're looking at. Under the new federal guidelines right now, we'd be in the orange tier under what the CDC recommends, and that would give us an opportunity to have students back in school in a hybrid model. So that's kind of our sense of frustration as far as where we're at, because we're just looking for clear guidance and some stability as far as decision making and some rational decision making, if you will, to make it easier for us to follow through on our end as well. So that's just kind of where we're at and we're waiting on. So again, we want to give you guys information. We look forward to hosting these talks every couple of weeks and getting you information as well. But again, if there's something pressing that you need answered sooner and you don't want to wait till our next Hot Talk Live, by all means, feel free to reach out and we're more than happy to answer and reach out to you. Okay. Hey, Mr. Chance, did you have anything you want to add as far as activities?
Just for those who didn't see this morning, we're doing weekly bulletins in our ASB class, which is kind of trying to uplift and give some kids some fun and education with the counselors and things that are going on campus. I guess one of the things that I'm noticing in the class online is, and I would ask the parents to be able to help out with this, is to try to motivate and get your kids excited when we do come back. Because the fear is that we're going to be very sluggish, I guess is a good word, and to get the kids motivated to be excited to be back on campus, regardless of there is going to be rules, but as far as like getting them excited, because we're afraid that the momentum, the morale and everything is just going to be so just sad, and on the other side of that, we're excited to be able to have the kids back and try to motivate them and have as much fun as we can. As an activity director, I didn't say who I am, but yeah, so if you could help us by doing that and get the kids eager and get them out the door, get their hair combed, oh my goodness, they do not want to show their faces, and get them excited about coming back, and they would really help us to just, that morale would build that back up and stuff. So we're trying our best. We're doing things for the seniors. We're giving them gifts. Every month we're trying to do something in the roundabout so that they could drive through the roundabout and we could give them just something to get them outdoors, get them, at the school to where they could just drive around, get their free gift. We're doing something again in March for St. Patrick's Day and that. So, but that's really what I'm asking of you guys is try to get your kids excited when we do find out that we're in that zone of coming back, that we could get them happy and the smiles that we miss so much on campus again. So back to you, Phil.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chance. At this point, we've kind of done our intros as far as the admin team and whatnot. Mr. Puma, is there anything you want to add as far as wrestling goes? Or are you just kind of joining, listening us in as a staff member?
No, nothing to add, but I do want to share in Mr. Chance's excitement that, it's the smiles on the kids' faces, the improvement that they make on a daily basis is us as educators. That's what we're excited to see again.
Thank you, Coach Puma. We do appreciate that. All right. All right here. So at this point, I guess we will open up for question and answers. Any questions or comments, suggestions that you have, we'd be more than happy to take those at this point. Feel free to type those into the chat, or if not, we will go ahead and listen to you and take your questions virtually as well. So any questions? Patty, go ahead.
Actually, my question, timing is good that Mr. Chance just talked about this briefly in terms of seeing the kids' faces. My question or comment is why don't more of our teachers require that for the online? My son has one teacher that requires them to show their faces as to get their participation, but that's it. So I think that's the only one he turns his camera on. And I just wondered why it's just not more required. Make them, make them show their face and be able to see that. I'm sure he would hate that I'm saying this. What?
To show their faces.
Uh-huh.
We just can't require it.
We can't. Okay.
Yeah, we do encourage it, Patty. And obviously you're here watching us here. We encourage it. We want our kids
Right.
on. We don't want to be punitive in nature, but obviously look at our adults. We're here and most adults don't have their cameras on. Ms. Medina, you're laughing. Thank you for having your camera on. But again, for a lot of kids, they just feel uncomfortable being on screen.
Right.
But we are trying to encourage it. We really want to, have those conversations, and whatever you can do to encourage your
Well,
children.
then give them extra credit. That's a great way to earn extra credit.
Right.
And Patty, one of the things that we like to do is we'll try to, you got to get creative with this, and we'll try to spell a word on our screen by turning cameras on. And I was laughing one time. We had a meeting and I said, all right, everyone turn your cameras on. I don't even care if you don't show your face. And I looked at 9 ceiling fans. The kids just do not want to show their faces. And it's crazy. So we have tried, and I hate to say this, sometimes I will purposely not turn my camera on out of spite. And they're like, why isn't your camera on? And I'm like, well, why isn't yours? So it's frustrating. It's very frustrating, but we got to live with it.
And Patty,
they're teenagers.
We're even offering a $50 gift card every week to teachers. Put the kids whose face is up and they're participating. They send their names on a Google form, and we're picking out names out of there to send a $50 Target gift card.
Okay, good.
There's only so much we can do. The kids have to, some parents are saying, yes, you have to have your face up. And so the kids have their face up. Some kids are still laying in bed, and we don't have any control over that.
Mine's done that before. Yeah.
So there's just, they don't want to get up and take showers and get going. I had a parent going, how do I get my kid to take a shower in the morning?
Yeah. They've reclused, and they're already that way because they're teenagers. We all know how teenagers are. And obviously I'm preaching to the choir here, but online learning has caused them to become even bigger hermits than they were before. So.
Yes. If you have any ideas, please call me.
Okay. I'll think about it. the gift card thing, I think, is a great idea. So that's good that you guys are doing that. So
Mona Diaz, one of our board members, gave us $200 in gift, or $200
awesome.
or $50 gift cards.
Yeah.
And so we're doing that, and we're picking names out of a hat, a random drawing every Friday. We went on to, with this little girl, we went on to her AP bio site, bio 5th period. All the admin, we went on and we're like so excited that she won this gift card, and she shows her face on every class, every teacher nominated
good for her
at least once. And so, so it's just, we're trying what we can do. If you guys have ideas, please email me, call me, and we are happy to take those ideas.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
All right, Patty, thank you for your question. Any other questions from the group, or any other things that we can, suggestions, comments? Ms. Medina?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hi. My family is new. My son's new to the district, to Liberty. And my question is that he was mentioning to me that he's a sophomore, and he was mentioning to me that there's a high percentage of sophomores that will have to be attending summer school because of grades. And I haven't received any notification, but and I also understand that you guys have the small cohorts that are that are happening now. I have not heard or been invited or know that he's been invited. So does that mean he's like in good standing, or should I not be concerned?
You know what, Dr. Grossman's here on the call. He'd be your son's counselor. Obviously for confidentiality purposes, I don't want to, talk specifics as far as where your son's at, but I'm sure if you leave an email address, something here from Mr. Grossman, he can follow up with you first thing in the morning and get you specific as far as grades, performance, and academic standing. And also maybe set up an appointment where you guys can all sit down as a family with your son and figure out where he's at academically and start planning for his next couple of years as well. We do offer, we're more than happy to offer those services. And I speak for my counselors. My counseling team is a great group of individuals. We do have some interns in there as well, but we really want to make sure we're meeting your child's needs and planning for their future as well. All right.
And thank you. And I thank you for honoring that. Of course, I wouldn't want for you to speak about my sons. But the fact that you mentioned the small cohort, you did mention that there were different reasons. That's why I was wondering if we have not been invited, then I assume. But yes, I would definitely follow or reach out to him in regards to my son. Thank you.
Gotcha, not a problem. And if your son does qualify for a cohort based off need or whether it's academic or social and emotional, Dr. Grossman can help you with that as well, okay?
Nathan's awesome, but feel free to give me a call anyway and we can chat.
Thank you. And then I also want to comment. I think that in regards to the camera issue, it is across the board. I work from a day I'm a teacher, and it's just unfortunately, we are also looking for resources or ideas to get those cameras on. But as a teacher, I tell my son, turn it on. And when I go and check on him, he's doing this. And
right.
Like, come on, really, I'm hard on my students. I need you to participate. I need you to show that beautiful face. And so my problem now with him is making sure that he gets ready in the morning because I want him to show his face.
No, we agree with you. We're all there trying to make sure our kids are doing the same thing as well. So I appreciate the comments and I appreciate the support. Okay.
And actually, it's really funny because Mr. Piedro and I get on every class. We go into classes daily, hourly. And when we get on, the teacher's like, okay, Osborne, you can have 5 minutes. And because he knows I'm coming on, I'm asking for cameras. I'm going to disrupt everybody. And just like, because it's 5 minutes, I get to see kids because I don't see kids in my job, because I'm not a teacher. And so Mr. Piedro and I get on there and it's hilarious. It's a full disruption and the kids show their face. They do. We can get 100% of kids because we're begging kids, please show me your face. Come on, please show me your face. And we're pretty relentless about it. And we get on pretty much every class every day and do that at some time during the day to where now the teachers are like, okay, Piedro, you got 5 seconds, get on. And so they just kind of give us our time to jump in there and disrupt now. So it's kind of a game now. So it's kind of fun. So the kids now, when we show our face, they get on. It's fun.
Yeah, we have to have our moments as well. In case you haven't figured out, I am like with the rest of my staff, we're people persons, right? We want to see people, we want to interact with people, and coming to a campus and work with no people in it, no students in it is, it's almost been a year, but it's been one of the hardest years for us as educators as well. This is not by any means what we signed up for or ever wanted to do as professionals. And it's been hard and it's been challenging, and trying to engage kids, and Mr. Chance kind of touched on it, trying to interact with kids and keep them positive has been a challenge. But we're trying to stay positive, and obviously we need you guys' help and support on that as well. As parents, to give us ideas, give us insight as far as what's happening with your child at home, to see how we can help and support you, because it's time that we have to get creative in our approach and in our support measures. And again, we're trying as far as incentives to figure out how to support kids and encourage them to participate. But sometimes it's just trying to establish those personal connections as well, because ultimately that's what you guys all remember about high school, right? The teachers that you interacted with and gave you a positive experience, and we're trying to give them that as well. So whatever we can do to help, we're here for you. All right.
And Felipe, just on a side note, and I know this is going to be a downer, but my video class is working on a PSA, public service announcements, and we're talking about how COVID is causing kids to feel anxiety, depression, suicidal. I mean, we're going down that road to where we're talking about it, and I'm asking them to put together a video that's explaining and to get that out. And some kid asked me, Why do I have to, do a negative one? Why do we have to do something? And so when we were watching some videos, I had them put in the chat so as they were watching the video, what is causing them to feel this way and stuff. And we watched the video to where, you're feeling, you don't feel fat, you feel fat, you're tired all the time, your anxiety, you're looking at a screen all day. And it's interesting, as they're talking about it, they're realizing they are now becoming the PSA. They're now becoming a part of it. And so that assignment is now coming out a lot better than I thought it was, because of the firsthand, they're living it. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on how your kids are reacting and how their social and life is being and stuff, if they can have that and that sort of thing. So we're aware of it, to some degree, but we're looking at a screen, so I don't know, anything. Sometimes I know what the color of their pillow is sometimes, and that's all I got from them. So, but anyway, so we're working on that and that in my video class, and it is interesting how this has kind of changed everything. So.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chance. Do you have any other questions, comments, concerns? Thank you, Melinda. I appreciate your input there in the chat. How about some teachers reaching out with one-on-one Zooms? We do have some teachers that do have scheduled appointments with kids and whatnot. I mean, if Trent needs something there that we can help out with, we'd be more than happy to assist and maybe set something up. Melinda, just give me a call in the morning if you can, and we can set something up for him, all right? All right, any other questions, comments? Michelle, I see you're on here. Anything that we can answer for you? For the record, when we log into classrooms, we get a lot of this sometimes too, where it's teachers asking questions, and we see a lot of.
I get on her son all the time, Mr. Little O'Birdie. I'm like, show me your face, come on, and he has to show me his face.
Come on, Ms. O'Birdie, let's see your face.
Hi guys. No, I don't have any questions, but it's nice to see everybody.
And your camera, is it working?
Oh, it is working. Let me get it going here.
All right, peer pressure.
Right?
This is what we do to the kids. We pressure them to open their.
My God, I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe, oh, there we are.
There we are. Good to see you, Michelle.
Good to see you guys. We miss everybody.
Oh my gosh, we miss you guys so much. Our highlight of the day is we have two littles on campus that are kids of one of our teachers, and they go running across campus, and we're like, wait a minute, we have kids on campus. They're running.
I know. So they're for sure, I mean, I came in kind of late, but there's for sure no date as to if the kids are going to go back at all in high school.
We're going back. We just don't know when.
So not this year though, you think?
Whoa, I'm not giving up on this year yet, Michelle.
Okay, all right, well, I'm glad. That makes me happy. Okay.
So, no, and I was just explaining, Michelle, I don't know if you caught the part where I mentioned as far as CDC guidelines being a lot more relaxed as opposed to California guidelines.
Okay.
And so we're expecting some updates here from Governor Newsom here in the next 24 hours, really, as far as athletics, and potentially, I'm crossing my fingers that he relaxes those. Because like I mentioned to the group earlier here, if California were just to adopt CDC guidelines, we could open within a matter of days.
Wow.
So,
okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to say a little prayer. I've got hope then.
I'll say two.
Sure. Good to see everybody.
All right. Good seeing you, Michelle.
Michelle, Mackie says
Mackie.
hi. Hi.
Hey, guys. This is like this social network here.
Mackie
Right.
driving?
Oh,
Mackie,
yes,
She's
yeah.
driving me. That's what she's driving me.
wow, how they've grown up in a year, right?
Yep.
We'll tell her we love her. Okay, if there's
I
nothing
will.
else,
I love you.
please,
Love you guys too.
Aw. Please reach out to us if you have any questions, and hopefully we will be back in a week with get some good news. Just watch that color. If we can move from purple to red, that's key.
All right. Well, if there's no other questions, I do want to thank all of you for coming on and talking with us for a few minutes. We will be doing this bi-weekly here, so expect us here again in a couple of weeks with another update. Obviously, if something is groundbreaking or is a major change that takes place here over the next few days, we'll be updating that as quickly as possible. So we will try to get information out to our parents as quickly as possible. Obviously, our constant medium that we use to communicate with people is Parent Square and email. And that is one of the things that we'll ask of you as parents, if you can help us out with, is just have your kids check their email. And that's the avenue we have to reach everyone. But if you go to your kids' inboxes, you'll find out they have probably hundreds, if not thousands, of unread emails. Just not something they're used to using. So just know that you don't have to check them all, but at least if it's coming from the school, if they can do us a favor and check those, because we are pushing out information in that manner. All right. That's the only avenue we have to get to them. Again, we don't have them in class at all times or them engaged in class where they're listening. So we do try to send out as much information as we can via email as well. So if you can just have them check that, would really appreciate that. Okay.
And they can mark Liberty High School as one of their favorites. And if they star that box, then it comes up to the very top over any other email, they'll get those first.
So, well, thank you all again for joining us. We appreciate your input. And like I said, if you guys need anything in the near future or next few days, and again, even any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, please feel free to reach out to us. We try to be as available as we can, especially during this pandemic. But I tell you what, one of the things that makes Liberty High School great is that we're pretty much always available. Even before this pandemic, most of kids and parents had our phone numbers, had our contact information. That's why I don't think twice about giving you guys my cell number.
Everybody has it.
I've been in here this district for 15 years, and I've pretty much been in this capacity since you kind of come in. And Michelle, you got to meet me when you brought Dom into 7th grade, and I think this is me, right? I try to be as available as I can for you guys when you guys need me, and I'm here to support you guys. And I just want you guys to understand that. And I think the same way is true of any of my staff here at Liberty High School. All right. So thank you all. I wish you all a good evening, and I really hope to see you guys all live and in person. And how do they say, to meet in IRL as soon as possible in real life. So all right.
Pedro said, or Pedro Mackey said, don't ever do that again.
I'm going to embarrass people every chance I get. That's what I'm going to do from now on. That's my main goal, Heather. So tell Mackie I'm going to be as embarrassing as awkward, because I'm tired of being in virtual learning and distance learning. How's that? So
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for all you're doing. We really appreciate it.
all right. Thank you, Heather. And thank you, Mackie, for being patient with us. I know it's time to get back on the volleyball court here. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So.
Okay, we'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Doctor.